In today's breaking story, CNN just ripped apart Donald Trump's fantasy of winning the Nobel Peace Prize. That's right, the former president's obsession with global recognition has collided head-on with cold, hard facts. Let's start with the background on Trump's strange campaign for the prize.
He hasn't brokered a ceasefire in Gaza or Ukraine, the cornerstone of his 2024 re-election pledge. But that hasn't stopped Donald Trump from campaigning for the Nobel Peace Prize. According to him, no one is more deserving, and his critics are calling his want for one a borderline obsession.
I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. They won't give me a Nobel Peace Prize because they only give it to liberals.
The Peace Prize is awarded to honour efforts in arms control and disarmament, peace negotiation, democracy and human rights. And the nomination process starts next month.
The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
12 hours on a train.
President Trump was recently overjoyed when a journalist asked African presidents who should win the award, and was particularly delighted when foreign leaders played along.
I appreciate the questions. Very nice, actually.
For context, Pakistan once nominated Trump before pulling that nomination over his airstrikes in Iran. Israel later nominated him for the Abraham Accords, a treaty that has made Israel less popular among its neighbors and done little to stabilize the region. And yet, at the United Nations, Trump once again demanded the prize outright.
Action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars.
Of course, CNN fact-checked Trump's speech, and what they uncovered makes his Nobel push look even more absurd.
Our Daniel Dale is here to fact-check some of what we heard from President Trump. One of the claims that President Trump has made repeatedly, he made it here today, is that he has ended 7 wars, and he said today that he did that without any help from the UN. Let's listen.
I ended 7 wars, and in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. It included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. There's never been anything like that. I'm very honored to have done it.
And of course, he said this against the backdrop that he believes he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. But give us a fact check on what we just heard from President Trump there, Daniel.
There are a lot of issues there. So first of all, some of the conflicts he's counting as wars he resolved were not actually wars at all. For example, Egypt and Ethiopia have argued over an Ethiopian dam project on the Blue Nile, but they were not in a raging war in which thousands of people were being killed. Similarly, Trump has claimed that he prevented conflict between Serbia and Kosovo from resuming, but they were not in a raging war either. In addition, the conflict involving the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring Rwanda has not actually been resolved. We have good reporting from just a day ago talking about how hostilities have continued despite the peace deal that was signed under President Trump. And then in addition to that, India denies that President Trump was responsible for mediating its ceasefire, its truce with neighboring Pakistan. So a whole lot of issues with just that one claim. And Pamela, there were a whole bunch of other claims that were just out and out false. So I don't even have time to run through all of them. But on inflation, President Trump said that grocery prices are down during this presidency. They're up, and the pace of the increases is accelerating as the tariffs take effect. He has claimed that inflation has been defeated in general. No, inflation is also accelerating. It was 2.9% last month, up from 2.7%. He said that European electricity bills are high, which is true, but that ours are coming way down. No, in the U.S., they are increasing sharply, up 6.2% in August compared to a year prior. And there were a whole bunch of other topics. He claimed that he has secured $17 trillion in investment in the U.S. Well, just yesterday, his own White House press secretary said it was about $9 trillion in investment. So I don't know where the additional $8 trillion in a day has come from. And even that initial $9 trillion the press secretary claimed is highly dubious, counting a whole bunch of things that aren't actually spending, but rather are vague commitments from various countries. You and Kylie addressed the environmental claims. I just want to address one more. He claimed that China builds a lot of wind turbines and manufactures them for others, but refuses to use it itself, barely uses wind power. In fact, China is the world leader in the use of wind power. It is building additional wind power in China far faster than the pace at which the U.S. is building in the United States itself. So the idea that China is just, foisting this terrible source of energy on other countries while refusing to use it is a reversal of reality.
This all raises a question. Is Trump's fixation less about peace and more about competing with Barack Obama, who won the prize early in his presidency? After all, so many of Trump's policies look designed to erase Obama's legacy. Whatever the case, Trump's self-promotion doesn't change the facts. His record is failure, not peace. And while he may demand global recognition, what he really deserves is global scrutiny. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Frontline Democrats, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below with your take on Trump's latest Nobel obsession.